Hey, I'm just making a real quick commentary just to kind of put my thoughts out there regarding, what's happening with Epic Games. I'm sure if you're watching this video, you probably already heard that there has been layoffs today. 1,000 people at Epic Games were just laid off, many of them very integral to Fortnite. And it's unbelievable that, this happened again. If you don't recall, 3 years ago, this happened, I believe during Chapter 4. I mean, to me at least, it kind of set a bad precedence for the next 3 years of the game, and only like this season has it really picked up in terms of quality, and then suddenly boom, more layoffs. So 1,000 people, these are not just like a number, these are real people that were just laid off from Epic Games completely, and it's really sad to see. I've been seeing a lot of people, kind of fight each other on social media. They're like, UEFN creators shouldn't be paid as much, and I'll get into that in a second. Others are like, no, UEFN creators are what keeps the game alive, and others are just like saying, well, really, this is a good thing, because I don't know, like, it doesn't not, one direct cause for all of this. I think the V-Buck changes were due to the whole 10-cent situation and then pulling out of Epic Games, and that definitely did a blow to them. But then we're seeing maps like Steel Brain Rot getting upwards of $51,000, at least in the past 24 hours, according to Fortnite.gg. This is just on a normal day, not even like during the little admin abuse weekends they do. This is just a random day of the week that they made upwards of $51,000.5, with a minimum of like, I think it was 13,000. That is way too much. That's the top map. Multiply that by like 1,000 maps, right? That's a ton of maps that are getting all of this money on top of then all of the, hundreds of thousands of smaller maps. As a creator myself, I don't really make too much. I've only had like a few $100s from UEFN over the course of the past 9 months that boarding action has been up, and then I made Landfall and Cover of Night. Those maps, they haven't made too much. They're not really made to make money. I just make them out of fun. I enjoy making those maps. But the maps that do make money, even smaller maps, they're still making quite a decent amount. So you have all these, thousands and thousands of maps that are making all of this money, and it's just coming out of Epic Games' pockets. And so instead of, capping it off for the bigger maps that are, generating at most like $50,000 a day, which, some people don't make that in like a year, and you're telling me they're making that in a day? That's insane. They're promoting that, and then they're laying off employees, and it's so sad to see. And I don't want people to like attack UEFN creators, because it's not the creators' fault, right, that they're getting paid. It's Epic Games' fault. It's the higher ups at Epic Games, those decisions that are being made. Creators shouldn't be attacked for that, and creators shouldn't, be harmed because of that. Like, I've seen people that have said that UEFN creators shouldn't be paid at all, which is also ridiculous, because some people have made their livelihoods off of it. Some people have built up studios off of it. I'm in a team right now, and that is my job. Right, that is UEFN, that's UGC content. If they stop paying UEFN creators at all, I'd be out of a job, right? That doesn't help anybody. But UGC content should not come at the detriment of the real Fortnite developers that keep the game alive, because Fortnite and UGC content are in a symbiotic relationship where if Fortnite performs well, UGC content performs well. If Fortnite performs bad, obviously vice versa, UGC content in Fortnite performs bad. So the layoffs are not a good thing to those that somehow think it is. People's livelihoods are being ruined, but screwing over UEFN developers doesn't help anyone either. Alright, so I waited a few hours to upload the video, and I'm glad I did, because I kind of rethought everything. Not completely, but I don't think UEFN creators should really be in the discussion to begin with. Although, yes, it sucks seeing, slot maps and kind of garbage like Steel Brain Rot be promoted to the very top and earn all that money. UEFN creators do bring in players. I've experienced it firsthand, where I've had people where I've posted about my Halo remake in UEFN, and someone that doesn't play Fortnite but likes Halo and wants to experience it, they'll message me and be like, hey, how can I play this? I'm not familiar with Fortnite, but I'm installing just to play this. How do I do that? And, it's great, right? That means people, even in my small project, are being brought to Fortnite. I'm assuming that that's a much larger scale for those other maps. So maybe kids from Roblox are coming in from Steel Brain Rot on Roblox, and now they're playing the Fortnite version. So either way, it brings more players, and those players spend money on the game. So overall, it is technically a net positive. I think the issue is much more nuanced and has a lot of varying factors with it. At the very least, if I'm gonna say anything in this video, once again, I think we should not be attacking each other, and especially UEFN creators that work really, really hard, that create legitimately good stuff. I mean, like, yes, the top is all full of, garbage slop content that kids play that try to push the boundaries in terms of breaking rules and try to put loot boxes in and such, but that is not all of it. And there is, underneath the surface, quite a lot of really unique creations being made. We shouldn't be attacking real creators in space. You should be, looking past that and looking at who's actually making the decisions, which, obviously Tim Sweeney, he's the CEO, but that goes for all of the executives, everyone in positions of power at Epic Games that decides these sort of things. Yeah, that's just generally my thoughts on it. I know it's a short video. I know I don't really make videos to begin with, but I just wanted to put my thoughts out there. If you guys want commentaries and such, I'm willing to do it. It'll be just like this in this style. But yeah, that's about it. I don't know how else to end this video. Yeah, that's it. Goodbye.